Welcome back, guys. I've been a bit busy, so yeah. Cobblestone generator, got me where we needed to be, and I moved this over here, and I made a basement. Made a basement. Yeah. So wands, nicely done down here. Uh, this actually was my inventory filled. I filled it twice, and this is the remnants of that second fill. And yeah, but yeah, we've got stuff upstairs too. So let's head up there. I've been smelting like mad. This, guys, this is snad, by the way. Um, it's oh, I know why. There we go, snad. It's two sand on top of each other. If we look it up, actually, snad. There you go. It's just one sand on top of another, and you get snad. Um, because that actually does grow sugarcane faster than dirt or sand. So that's all that is. And yeah, we're growing some of that because we're gonna be getting into a few things here. I did make a iron stiffened mesh, so we could get some additional resources. We've got this stashed. Um, let's just take a look. We had an iron wand for a little bit. This was a mistake. Trying to cook down some logs, and I ended up cooking down charcoal. Turned it into graphite. But you can see we've got some lapis, some glowstone, some blaze. Got a little bit of redstone. I specifically went for the redstone. And this is the results of that endeavor. We were able to get a transfer node. As you can see, it's pulling this stuff out of this chest and it's putting it in this wood barrel and it's making dirt and putting it right back in. But to make a transfer node, go back in here. So there's transfer node items and transfer node fluids. Fluid requires a bucket. The items requires a chest. But you also need this transfer pipe, and pipe is stone slabs, 2 glass, 1 redstone, more slabs. You get 16, and you use that, 2 redstone, some stone in the chest, and you get 4. So we got 2 over here, and over here, we've got this one, and this is our second tier cobblestone generator. So when you make this, let's bring that recipe back up to remind you. It's just 6 cobblestone, a lava bucket, a water bucket, and a thing of glass. You get the buckets back, so that's nice. But yeah, this doesn't need anything. And see, got some more cobblestone. So we've been filling this. As best as we can. And it's just doing that. And then I've been smelting. Smelting. Um, Making all kinds of good stone. And then using it. So basically what we have here, we got a nice little walkway. And then this outside border is chiseled stone. Don't have the chisel on me. I'll show you that here in a second. But basically we have 15 blocks on the inside, and then we have the border chisel. We have 3 of them, as you can see here on the map. 3 of them. And then there to the north, we also have the same setup. So this is going to have our industrial stuff. So we're going to have the smeltery up here. That's what these things are marking out. And I'll get to what they are here in a second. We're going to have our mob farm over there. And we're going to have our Ender IO stuff. This is just temporary. Our farms. Where were farms going? I've got it written down. Okay, yeah. So our growing farms, food and whatnot, trees, that'll be down here. And then over here, mirroring this, is going to be passive mob farms. So chickens and cows and stuff like that. So that's the plan. And I also will be putting a second layer. We're gonna put some wood down there. Oh yeah, the chisel. Just show you. I love this thing. So it's called Chisle. You just right click it in your inventory and you put the items that you want to chisel up here, and it tells you what you can make. So you can make let's take a look at what this looks like. You just pull it out of the menu. Now if I had had the whole stack, it would have turned the whole stack in. And then boom, there you go. Now the cool thing is that I can vein mine this. Even if this was up against one of these, I will only break this and any of these attached to it. So it does actually add the extra NTB data to it. To make a chisel, it's really simple. S. There we go. Ooh, didn't know there was a diamond one. Oh, nice. That's new. To make a regular chisel, though, it's just a stick and an iron ingot. And you can make a lot of things. And some of you probably noticed... Where was... Oh, it was over here. In my war chest. My favorite one, the factory block. And if we go on recipes of this, just 4 iron and 4 stone, and you get 32 of the factory blocks. And the factory blocks are pretty cool looking. They got the caution, orange caution. They got some different plates and whatnot. Really cool mod. The chisel by itself. Oops. Still in the chisel. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been up to. As you can see, it's been a few Minecraft days. So these, as you can see, these are aluminum scaffolding. There used to be a mod called that was used wood for scaffolding. And because I can't spell C-A-F-F. There we go. C-A-F-F. Scaffolding. Used to be able to make something like this with wood, and you would put it down by right-clicking, and then you could right-click the bottom one or that one with additional ones, and it would just push them up. You can't do that here with the aluminum ones, and as far as I can tell, so yeah, see, just stacks them next to it, but you can still climb up the scaffolding. So you could do something like this and then come down and go back up, because yeah, you end up doing a lot of stuff up high, and you need to get up and then back down. So I thought I'd make some of this, and we're not really using aluminum right now. So we had some extra, and I will show you the recipe real quick. Um, Aluminum scaffolding. You just need 3 ingots and then 3 of these rods, and it gives you 6. And if you right click for a rod, it's 2 ingots and you get 4 rods. So pretty simple. Now, yeah, a couple of you have probably said, hey, there's jungle scaffolding right up there. This is actually from Chisle, guys. And trust me, that's not the same thing. Again, chisel. It isn't until you get into this immersive engineering that you get the scaffolding that I was talking about. Now, this is wood version, but it's treated wood. And yeah, you need creosote. So yeah, a little bit farther away than we are right now. What else can I tell you? Did I talk about tiny charcoal? Yeah, I told you about that. So nothing there, nothing there, nothing in there. Wands, talked about that. Talked about the redstone. Yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, yeah. 1 stack of gravel, 1 stack of sand, and 16 clay. That's gonna get us a head start on grout. I am grout. This is Tinker's construct, and this shows you how to make it. You can make 2 at a time as well. And if you cook it down, you get seared bricks. And the uses of seared bricks are to make all the pieces of the multi-block smeltery and the tanks. So they've added a few extra things besides the smelter. But these 4 blocks over here are marking out how big the smeltery is going to be. So we're going to have it a 5x5. I'm probably going to go too high. And we're actually going to sink this down. So these will actually be down in the floor. That's why I started making the basement. So that you would be able to have access underneath the smeltery. So that's pretty much what's going on there. What else? Pretty much it. That'll give us access to tools. We can start to, that's going to let us double. So when we smelt the nugget, the piece, whatever they call this thing, chunk. When we smelt this in a regular furnace, we get 1 ingot. If we smelt this in something like an Ender IO smeltery, we'll get 2. If we do it in the Tinker's Construct smeltery, we'll get the equivalent of 2 as well. So yeah, we'll be able to start doubling our ores. And really, right now, what we're going through the most is iron. And by most, I mean I am limiting how much of it I'm using, but obviously I've got that wand, which is 1 ingot. I've got that chisel, which is 1 ingot. I made these with just 4 ingots. Obviously I had to make 2 buckets. That was 6 ingots. I mean, I've used a bunch of iron, but as you can see, I did smelt down 16 aluminum, which was basically 1 stack. A single stack will give you 16. We don't have a lot of resources here because, yeah, sieving is yeah, it's sieving. And even with the cobblestone generator, I still have to place it down and then break it with a hammer, and then figure, okay, am I going to do gravel? Am I going to do sand? Am I going to do dust? And depending on what you do and which little sieve you're using as to what resources you're going to potentially get. So, yeah, it's annoying. Um, Eventually, we're going to get to where we use a sag mill with Ender.io. But we're going to need power generation first. But the sag mill, um, some flint, some iron, a piston. Everybody knows how to make a piston. And then this machine chassis, which looks complicated, guys. I mean, you're going to look at this, you're going to be like, whoa, Dev, what is a basic capacitor? I mean, I can't even fathom. Well, first off, it's iron bars, okay? So you're going to need 6 iron to make 16 bars. Then you're going to use 4 of them. Then you're going to use 4 more iron, okay? Then you got 4 more iron, plus the iron in here. So you got 5, 9, 15 iron, plus this thing, which is some gold, some redstone, and a copper. It's not that hard to make. It really isn't. And when you do the chassis, do you get? Nope, it's 1 for 1. Okay. But the sag mill, it's going to grind items down. And basically, what that does is it replaces me hammering things. So I'll be able to take a stack of cobblestone out of here, put it into the sag mill. It'll turn it into gravel for me, with a chance to turn some of it into sand. So, all right, that's taking our automation another step, because here it is automatically being created. Well, now let's start processing it, and that's where we're going to use Ender.io. But we're going to need power, because this runs off of power. Thankfully, Ender.io also offers us mag. Is it M? Magnetic? Yeah, magnetic. Oh no, it's extra utility. Sorry. Again, you're gonna look at this. You're gonna be like, oh my god, it's really easy, guys. It's some gold. It's some redstone. It's a furnace generator. Why do you make that? You click on it. Boom. Some iron, some redstone, a machine block, and a furnace. Well, what's a machine block? Click on it. Oh, look at that. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. It's just getting these resources, especially the redstone. That's going to be a bit of a pain, because that only comes from dust. And I believe it's flint or better. Redstone. Sieve. Yeah, iron. Iron or diamond. Diamond gives you a 10% chance. Iron gives you a 5% chance. So we would love to get some diamonds. Where do we get diamonds? We get diamonds. There it is. From gravel and iron. But it's only a 1% chance. So, and we need 4 of them. And all that sieving that I did, yeah, I didn't get any. And yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. With the mob farm, we'll be able to start getting some ender pearls, hopefully. I've got an idea for the mob farm. It's plates. Plate? There they are. Okay. So these vector plates. Again, this looks really complicated, guys, but it's not. We'll need some slime ball. Got actually an easy way to make this, but it requires the Tinker's Construct Smeltry. Um, Basically blood. So if I sacrifice myself, um, we'll get some blood in it, and we'll be able to turn that into it's what congealed something or other. Slime ball, congealed blood. It just shows your blood will turn into this congealed blood, so we can use that. And what else do we need? Sugar. Oh, hey, look. Like I said, we're getting things planned ahead. Um, so yeah, we've got 14 there. We got that one. It's growing nicely. But these things, basically, when you put them down, the arrow points in a direction, and when anything is on that, it moves in that direction. Um, so we'll be able to put them down on the ground, all aiming to a certain area. And so all the mobs that spawn will be pushed into some kind of killing device. And then they'll drop their loots, and I'll have loots. So, again, that's the plan. But we just gotta work backwards one thing at a time. So, with that, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next time, and I'll keep you up to date.